a good day to think about overcoming emotional abuse. Take back your mind, your voice, and your peace. Good morning, everyone, and welcome. Welcome, 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 welcome. Our subject today is overcoming emotional abuse. Taking back. We gotta take back something. Take back your mind, your voice, and your peace. Because somehow or another we gave it away, so you got to take it back. So we're taking back things today. Taking back all of this stuff. And we're going all the way back. And we're taking it all the way back. I guess we're taking it all the way back. Yes. Taking it all the way back today. Today we're talking about something that can happen behind closed doors, in the family, in friendships, yes, marriages, workplace, churches, and even online. We got to take back our mind. We got to take back our voices and take back our peace. In other words, when I'm saying taking it back, apparently we gave it away somehow. Someone can hurt you emotionally without even putting their hands on you. They can belittle you. They can manipulate you into doing whatever they want to do and make you feel like you're the problem. They can embarrass you. They can threaten to leave every time you disagree with them. I'm walking out. I'm done. I'm through. Why? Because they're emotional abusing you, cognitively, working with the mind. They can give you the silent treatment to punish you. I ain't talking to you. That hurts. I ain't talking to you. They can repeatedly tell you that what you remember. I remember this and that happened. And they'll continually tell you, it didn't happen. It did not happen. And you know it happened. Stick with what you know it happened. I forgot my water today. Eventually, you may start questioning yourself. Maybe it didn't happen. Maybe I'm thinking wrong. Maybe it's just me. It's not you. Can somebody damage your emotional well-being without physically touching you? Of course. Yes. Yes, they can. But how do you know when this is happening? Emotional abuse can avoid repeated behavior intended to control, threaten, frighten, humiliate you, belittle you, isolate you, or undermine another person. And today, we're not only talking about recognizing it, we're talking about overcoming it. And when I think about this, I think about the number one. I don't know of too many men that may have gone through this, but I know back in the early 60s, 1800s, 60s, when women were nothing but property and we got treated as property and we couldn't say anything. We had to, when we go to the store, the husband had to be the one that went and shopped and bought stuff and we were neglected. We didn't know nothing about these words back then because we didn't have a choice. We had to do what we have to do, be who we have to be, and stand on it, and just be in the shadow of a man forever. Now, when when the women's lib fought for it, and we got a voice, and yes, we were still physical abuse because I remember back in the 70s and 80s when women were getting beat down. I mean, fits down, just I remember all that. And again, when the police would come out, they would call it family affair. So someone thought that we wouldn't have to go through that. Someone fought so that we didn't have to go through that. And laws was put in place so that we wouldn't be physically abused. So now it went down to emotional, messing with your mind. An emotion is a response involving your brain and your body that helps you react to something important, emotional. So now they're not like this, it's penetrating that mind now. Think about it. When somebody suddenly scare you, you feel it. You feel it. You may jump before you have time to think about it. What? Oh, okay. When somebody you love walk into the room, your face light up. Oh my gosh. Although you're trying to hide it, other people can see it. So now our emotions are displayed publicly. Now, before it was physical abuse. So when someone walk in the room that's abusing you, you don't light up. You look like there is a problem, and it is a problem because that person has abused you. So when someone repeatedly insults you, you may feel angry, sadness, embarrassed, or even fear. So when I think about emotions, emotions are when you're happy, your joy, your fear, your anger, your sadness, surprise, and disgust as well. Love and affections are also commonly discussed as emotional experience, although they involve several interacting in the brain and the body system. So these things have to connect to everything. And the main engine of the body is the brain. This brain handle a whole lot of stuff. Your emotions are information, but they are not always instructions. Feeling angry doesn't mean you have been attacked by somebody. You can just feel angry. Sometimes you just wake up angry and don't even know why. Feeling afraid doesn't always mean that you're in danger. So you just got it. It's like it's a fine line, and we have to know that fine line. Feeling lonely doesn't mean you should return to someone who repeatedly mistreats you. No, you should get a life. Read a book, write a book, tell yourself over and over that you are better than this. So let me repeat that again. Feeling lonely don't mean that you return to the same person or people or friend who repeatedly mistreat you. So ask yourself, what is this emotion telling me today? What is my emotions trying to tell me? What? What part of the brains handle emotion? There isn't just one emotional center. Like there's one part of your brain that this is just emotional center in the brain. Several areas work. There's a part in your brain that involves detecting emotional significant events, especially possible threats and fear. Think of the part of the brain like the alarm system that says, those words really hurt you. Do something about it. If you experience repeated emotional mistreatment, certain words set off that alarm. Certain tones in when someone talks to you, whether you know them or not, if they talk in a certain tone, it sets off that part of your brain alarm. Warning, 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 warning. Hi, over twin. Hi, good morning. Now faith is. Good morning. The hippocampus, what it does. It is strongly involved in learning memory and putting experience into content. Wow. This helps explain why present situations can sometimes remind you strongly of something painful that happened in the past. See, the mind, the brain, has a way of pushing things to your self-conscious, and then it bring it conscious up above it, go under, then it come on top. So no matter who was abusing you and you didn't like those words, when those words come again and those sounds come again, then you begin to feel it, and you don't know why you're feeling this, because it's because now that emotional abuse has stepped in again. Okay. And the person may not even be aware of it. And you have to remind people to say, hey, when you say this, it triggers something inside of me. And I know you're just trying to be a good person, but right now I'm not able to understand you because your words trigger things in me right now. So I don't want to be triggered. So, you know. So it seemed like you would have to, a person that's going through emotional abuse, seem like they have to go be walking around on pins and needles all the time. Not so. You don't have to. The prefrontal cortex. It stores the front of the brain. It helps with judgment, planning, making decisions, attention, and regulating responses. Good morning, Victor. It helps with that. Man, I have a question for you. When you hear the word emotional abuse, what does that make you think of, or how did it make you feel? We know I don't know, I just assume that when you hear the word of emotional abuse, you think of lit. I mean, you think of the mind. Well, I think of the mind. When you hear the word physical abuse, you think of physically seeing the scars. But now we're talking about what's happening inward, that's showing up on the outside. Yeah, 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 yeah. You can think of the prefrontal cortex as a decision-making system. So today, we're going to be talking about making decisions from the prefrontal cortex of the brain. The alarm says something is wrong. It's just like in your automobile when you're driving and a warning sign come on the dashboard. When you look inside, it says check tires. No matter what, it keeps telling you check tires. And if you don't check the tire, you start blinking like it's getting low, it's getting low, it's getting low. And then you have a blowout, but the warning sign was there. So when we think about this abuse and the warning sign is decision making. We have to make decisions. Remember, I'm talking about old history time, back in the 50s and 60s, when women couldn't make decisions. They were stuck. We are no longer stuck. We have the right. Well, in this country in the state that I live in, Texas, we have the right to make our own decisions. No, we may not make as much money as men, but we don't have to take emotional abuse anymore. We know we don't have to take physical abuse, because you can see that, but you can walk away from emotional abuse. It's your decision. You have to do it. I cannot come and make you do anything. All I can say is there's warning signs to let you know you are being emotional abused. You know, when someone's always making a joke on you, that's emotional abuse. unless you're the jokester, like, and some people just make jokes just out of. So it's a fine line. You just have to know. Okay. Okay. Decision making. The alarm go off to let you know something is wrong. Your thinking system help you ask questions. What is actually happening? And what should I do next? That is one of the reasons overcoming emotional abuse isn't simply telling someone get over it. Healing can involve learning to recognize the problem, learning to recognize the triggers, regulating your emotions, rebuilding your confidence, establishing boundaries, and making safer decisions. You can make those decisions. You have to make the decision. You have to train people how to treat you. Because back in the day, which y'all may not know about, but there was this movie called Burn in Bed, when this lady reported 13 times that her husband was physically abusing her and there were nothing done. That's where our march started. After she went to jail for it. Yes, she did, because she killed him. She burned him up. She poured gasoline on him and burned him. So I looked at that movie and I thought, man, someone had to fight for us so we can get over that physical abuse. Now I'm saying, let's get over the emotional abuse. Don't just go around here feeling bitter about someone. Know why you're feeling that way. Recognize your triggers. Regulate emotions. Rebuild your confidence and establish boundaries. And make a safer decision. What does emotional abuse look like? Glad you asked. It's more than occasionally saying the wrong thing. Healthy people can get angry. Healthy couples can disagree. Friends can misunderstand each other. The concern is it a repeated pattern? Is it a repeated pattern of harmful behavior and control? Are you trying to control me? Or what? It may sound like this. Nobody else will ever want you. Emotional abuse. It may sound like this. You can't do anything right. Emotional abuse. If you love me, you would do what I want you to do. If I love you, you wouldn't have to ask me to do what you want me to do. I automatically will do and give you that respect. But when emotional abuse set in, you kind of back away and hesitate, and you don't know why. You don't know why you're feeling like that, or why you want to do, why you do this. Because those words, they hurt and they penetrate to the bone. Or someone would say, everybody know that you're the problem. No, everybody should know you're the problem. Because you're the one. You don't know how to handle when someone treats you good. You don't know. No, I'm not trying to emotionally abuse you. I'm trying to use a sense of humor, trying to keep you to laugh or smile or do something so you realize that, hey, life ain't that bad. Listen. And this is going out to the women here in Texas, because I don't know about the other country. We have a choice to either stay or go. I know several women that are staying because of financial. And I know several women say, I have left, and if I have to work 5 jobs, I'll do what I can so that I won't get trapped in that emotional abuse or physical abuse. Yes, make that decision. Run. Or someone may constantly punish you, withdraw from you. That's emotional abuse. When someone's withdrawing something from you, emotional abuse. You may not know what the name of it was, but now it is, yes, when we do emotionally abusive men, sometimes. So we just apologize in advance. Some of us are not going to apologize. If someone is intimidating you, if they're excessive jealousy, let's find out, why are you so jealous? Why do you have to yell and scream at me? Why can't you talk to me like when we first started out? I'm not your kid. If you find yourself telling an adult, I'm not your kid, don't talk to me like that. I'm not your kid. Why are you yelling at me? You're being, what's triggering in your brain? Emotional abuse. Yeah, yeah. Does somebody disagree with you automatically make them emotional abusive? No. Disagreement is normal. The question is whether there's a pattern of that. That's when it comes. Is there a pattern of people degrading you? Is there a pattern of people manipulating you? Is it a pattern of someone intimidating you? Or is it a pattern of isolating behavior? Or is it a pattern of controlling you? Yeah, it may not make sense now, what I'm saying, but listen. When this started happening to you, nothing come real until it happened to an individual. Then they want everyone to jump on the bandwagon. But when it was happening to someone else, it wasn't that important. Well, it is important. So here are 5 steps of overcoming emotional abuse. And I want you to remember them. And it's peace. Whatever it takes to get your peace. First, you got to pay attention. Stop automatically dismissing what you're experiencing. Ask, what keep happening to me? Why this keep on happening? Pay attention. Look for the patterns rather than the old isolated argument, because everything has a pattern. Everything has a pattern. I have a pattern. I'm getting up at 3, so I can be up on YouTube at 4. That's a pattern. Sometimes I wake up and say, I don't want to do it today. That's a pattern. So I can do that because I'm not getting paid for this. So no one's sitting, so I can set my own thing. But if it was my job, my pattern would, I have to go to work regardless. Days when I don't feel like it. Look for patterns rather than one isolated argument. You might write down what happened, how you respond, and what boundaries was crossed. As long as keeping such a note is safe for you. What am I writing down? What just happened? How did I respond to that? And how did that make me feel? And what boundary was crossed? So, in other words, it's time to start setting boundaries. Someone repeatedly calling you stupid doesn't make you stupid. It's how you answer to that. Don't let people call you stupid. Even that simple word, penetrate. Then you always, oh, yeah, I always act like that. No, you don't have to. Let's stop. Don't accept other people's words. Someone say, nobody wants you. There's someone else do want me. You wanted me. You're just bad because I'm taking the exit now. First of all, I want me. So that's why I'm moving out of this situation and making it. What evidence do I actually have for what I'm feeling? Or what I began to tell myself? Examine the evidence. Pay attention. Examine the evidence. Separate facts from insults. Sometimes we've been insulted so much that we think that's the real facts. No, separate it. What evidence do I actually have for what I've been told about myself? Activate your boundaries. Boundaries isn't about controlling another adult. Boundaries identify what you will do and what you will not do. Instead, you're instead of you better stop yelling at me, you better stop yelling at me, don't yell at me no more. Say, I'm willing to discuss this, but I'm willing to discuss this. But if you continue yelling, this conversation will end. Because you don't have to yell at me or insult me. I'm going to leave you in this room alone, and we can discuss it when you're ready, and you don't have to yell. Okay? And follow through with it. Don't just say it. Okay? Connect with healthy support. Isolation can make emotional abuse more powerful. Reconnect with trustworthy people. That might include supportive family members, friends, counselor, therapists, advocate, faith leaders, but get some healthy support and establish your identity again. Emotional abuse can slowly make another person's opinion louder than your own voice. Get to know you again. And that's the key word. Establish your identity. You don't have to go along to get along. Establish your own identity. Begin asking yourself, who was I before I start believing everything this person said about me? Who do I value? Who am I? What am I good at? Who am I? What am I good at? What do I want? What brings me peace? And then that way, you begin to rebuild your ability to recognize yourself apart from someone else. Can emotional abusive person apologize? Yes, they can. But apology by itself doesn't mean that they mean they have to demonstrate that's what they mean. So, peace. Pay attention. Examine the evidence. Activate your boundaries. Activate your boundaries. Connect with healthy support and establish your identity. And therefore, I'll leave this Proverbs with you. Proverbs 4:23. Keep thy heart with all diligence, for out of the heart is where the issues of life flow. Protect your heart, protect your mind, protect your voice, and keep moving towards peace. Well, thank you for joining me today. It has been a pleasure, and I really enjoy you. So I'm exiting now. Have a great Thursday. August is almost over. Notice the sign of emotional abuse. You don't have to take that. We're no longer living in the 50s and 60s. And don't you start abusing someone emotional. So recognize this warning sign and have a great day. And you